Okay, I turned it, stopped and started the broadcast.
Oh, it says we're live now.
Okay. I don't know. Just turn it off and on, and everything works.
But that's how everything works.
We're live now. I don't know if it's the same live link, but we're here.
Yeah,
Probably. I'm sure everything's fine.
Well,
I'm sure we've got like how many viewers have we got?
I'll check the
one.
Oh, it does work on our normal.
Yeah, we're going on the YouTube channel.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is how we do it from now on, because we can have the full screen people when they're talking and stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm going to cancel XSplit because this seems to work just fine. We don't really share screen or anything. So, anyways, 6:33 p.m. in Minnesota. Welcome to my lovely unfinished basement with boxes, a folded-up green screen, and a shitty little chair from my degenerate lifestyle in the past. SEO, yeah, number 54, whatever the fuck, December. Glad to have you with us. I'm Garrett Groff.
I'm Vindoletto.
I'm Steve Brownlee. I was just going to say, I'm surprised not to see some wobbly sausages down there as well. With
hey, what a cocksucker you are.
Hey man, I had to win 1 week. I've lost. It's the last show of the year, and I've lost every single week. I had to
wobbly sausages.
I had to have a go this week and try and win the.
Are you still talking or not? No, you're good. Never mind. I'm just stressed out. Yeah, sorry for the delay tonight. XSplit crashed on my desktop and won't work. And out of my hands. Works on my laptop, but my laptop Skype got updated to the new built-in Windows 10, and I can't reinstall over it without wiping my hard drive. And XSplit can't pull in the new Windows 10 app Skype. So we've resorted to me coming back downstairs, and here we are.
Fun stuff.
It's all good.
Anyways, what's new with you guys? Vin, you're back from inspecting the towel grout on a cruise ship.
Yeah, man. Cruise was fun, but kind of being in charge of your parents and parents-in-law, not so fun.
Yeah.
But I could say that we did it, and I never have to do that again.
Till next year.
Until next year, yeah, exactly.
So did you win or lose enough money to get another free cruise?
I lost money, yeah, for sure. And I haven't got my statement yet, so we'll see what kind of free shit they're giving me.
Yeah, I mean, he only lost 15,000 this time, so
not
as much as last time.
11,000.
14.5.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We'll do a little competition. If you guess correctly within $500.
Real question: Can you make next month's mortgage payment?
Yeah, it's already been paid.
All right, no worries here. Anyways, I don't know. I don't have any news. I don't think.
How you guys faring with the Gutenberg update?
Well, I mean, the main update that's hit us is the fact that you don't need links anymore. So we're selling.
We're going to save that for the main topic.
Yeah. Well, I'll just tell people about our new product. We're selling a new product. I've been pushing it really hard on Twitter. There's been a load of interest. You pay us $2,997, and we build you the 0 links that you need. It's a great product. We do a bulk discount in January. We're going to do a name your own price. You can basically just send us any amount of money you want, and we'll give you 0 links. It's going to really blow things up for the business, I think. It's going to be our biggest launch.
That sounds fantastic, buddy.
How many packages can I put you down? I mean, you've just lost 14,500 on a cruise ship. I can put you down for 5 packs, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm in.
Excellent.
Realistically, though, Gutenberg fucked up, divvies on pretty much all of our sites, and Divi obviously was not prepared because it wasn't compatible. A few sites that auto-updated were totally broken. A couple of our sites, I updated Divi first, hoping when I switched over to 5.0 on WordPress it would be fine, but no. So I just installed that plugin for classic, what do you call it? Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But then as you made me aware yesterday, right, they're only supporting that plugin for 2 years. So at some point, either for me, Divi needs to make things backwards compatible, or two, I have to invest time and money into redoing all those pages in this new version of Divi that will work with Gutenberg.
I think it'll be fine. I think Divi will sort it out.
I hope so.
I haven't even basically every single website I've launched in the last 3 years has used Thrive Architect in one way or another, and none of those visual composers are working with Gutenberg. So I don't know what's going to happen. But you know what, man? Even once that 2-year support period is up, you still got to migrate all of your content to Gutenberg.
Well, I don't think so. I think
I had one glimmering.
Thrive's just going to sort it out. I mean, they make so much money.
I had one glimmering light at the end of the tunnel. Let's say, yes, 2 years from now, nothing works and we do have to migrate. I think most of the websites in our portfolio, at least, are going to be sold within 2 years. Hopefully.
Yeah, I would say
so. Maybe the new sites will make sure they work, but then maybe we'll gamble on hoping these are all gone.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be able to sell them a lot more quickly because you need 0 links now to rank, and getting the 500 links used to take a lot of time and work. Now you just put a few pages up and
the best investment you can make in SEO for 2019 is paying for a legit copy of Photoshop. I really do. Just don't get.
No, you just have to be really good at using the live inspect tool on Chrome.
Well, I think the key is to be plausible. You know, like.
We'll get to it. Let's save it for the main topic. Let's save it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna. But life's gonna be easy, basically, guys. I mean, you don't have to do anything anymore. I mean, I'm looking forward to the no content update. That's going to be the next thing when people say you don't need any content to, you know.
Yeah. So the websites of the future are whatever you want them to be. You just open your computer and imagine what you want to see, and you'll have it.
I mean, there's nothing that annoys me more. Like when I go to Head for Points and he's got articles up there about the UK credit card and points industry. I mean, that just really pisses me off. I would just like it just to be his logo. If he had no links as well as no content, I think that would be, you know, he should be #1 in America then as well as the UK.
I think you're onto something, buddy.
I think that should be the future. It's the next step. We've got rid of links. Now we're going to get rid of content, and then probably websites. Can we just get rid of websites and Google? Like you just have all your favorite logos in like a Word document, and you just kind of look at them. It's the internet, the future, man.
So first in the news here, we got how to steal the ethers, how to steal Ethereum. I do remember a few years back they were talking about. You know, blockchain technology is a pretty complicated thing. There's a lot of stuff that people don't know about it outside of just buying a Bitcoin or buying an Ethereum or Dogecoin or Litecoin or whatever the fuck. You can actually store executable code in the blockchain. In Ethereum's example, it's called a smart contract. And they're somewhat easy to manipulate and steal out of a smart contract. They can hold money, or they can hold coins. And I guess what, Steve will talk more interestingly. how
I don't know. You're covering this pretty well so far. I'm pretty
So,
happy with how this is going. So,
most interesting to me was the Ponzi schemes. People want, it's even though crypto is doing very poorly right now, and I've been buying quite a bit of it, people are still, with it doing so bad, very interested. If they can get their hands on it for free or a very small marginal investment to gamble and hopefully get more. Apparently, a lot of these smart contracts are just Ponzi schemes where everyone, you guys know how it works. It's kind of funny. It's just amazing what's actually going on outside of what most people consider crypto.
Yeah, my knowledge of crypto is very, very minimal, other than Bitcoin and investing in it. But using it as a online currency or for smart contracts, that's above my knowledge right now.
yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, what these were is they were contracts people had set up for some sensible purpose, and there's various mistakes that are really common. But once you kind of dump one of these units out into the wild, it's kind of there, and you're stuck with it if it's broken. So these security researchers could just look through all these public code is never a super good idea at the best of times. You see how many times open source software has to be patched, because obviously that's good because it's getting patched, but it's bad because the 0-day fun stuff like hack links on every WordPress site happen because they don't patch it quickly enough. So these contracts are out there in the wild. So if you imagine, like, say, Vin had a smart contract that let him get paid in Ether, and you paid X and got Y words back,
Right.
but there was a mistake in it where it sent the money back or something. So Vin thinks he's got the money, and then this mistake, his smart contract's then sending the money to someone else randomly, or there's some weird mistake some hacker exploits. You've already done the thing in the real world, and all this craziness has happened because of a bug in your contract. And there's some honeypot ones as well, which I thought were kind of funny. So people would look at the code, and it makes you think from the code that it's got a security leak. Like, you send it to Ether, and it's going to send you double it back. But they've put a deliberate fault in the code where you send it the money expecting that you're going to get more back because it's got a bug in it, but it actually tries to send more money than it's got, so it fails to send, and you never get anything. So it's been designed to trap security researchers and people that are trying to find bugs and to steal money, but then it will steal your money if you send it anything trying to exploit the bug. And apparently he found quite a few of those honeypots, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's exactly why I'm not getting involved in crypto until it's more fleshed out, because I'll be the first one to
get fucked.
Get fucked. Yeah.
I probably would be too.
Yeah, well, there seems like there's this perfectly reasonable thing that already exists called money, and people give it to you, and then you do some work, and
yeah,
it doesn't really change in value very much. So you kind of know that if you do your 10,000 words content, and that was going to be enough for you to, I don't know, play one hand of blackjack on a cruise ship, then you're going to get that one hand of blackjack in for that 10,000 words, no matter what.
Right. Well, tell me more about this money you speak of.
Well, we're going to be talking more about miles and points and money later. And what you really want is no money. You just want points. You're going to try and convert all of your money into membership reward points.
Nice.
So that you can fly to Japan in first class as many times as you want, even if you don't want to go to Japan. That's the best redemption. You get 6 cents to the point, so you just have to keep flying to Japan endlessly, whether you want to or not. And we'll explain how you can do that later.
Sounds good. What do we got there next?
More scams.
Yeah, I haven't had time to read this one other than.
So I read it, but go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, it's just showing how the sophistication of the scammers is improving. It's got kind of to the level of making sure they've got the right CFO's details, and then they're not They're just buying it from business intelligence companies now and then matching it up against mugs lists. So the right person gets a really plausible email from the right bank with the right. So you've just got to be like super more careful than in the past.
Yeah.
I guess this applies more to big companies because they're going to have.
It's like they're making profiles of their targets now, because it said that they're merging the data they're purchasing with already illegally obtained data. So they just have these massive target profiles on you, and just, I guess, hit the ones that are the biggest low hanging fruit.
Well, the data's so cheap to buy these days.
Yeah.
Because they scrape LinkedIn, they scrape companies' websites, and they combine it all into these. And obviously, the legit companies are doing it to help salespeople, but scammers are just salespeople. They're just selling something slightly different. So,
yeah.
I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. You're always keeping us on our toes with the latest and greatest scams, buddy.
Yeah,
I do.
Are you secretly up to something?
No, I'm just trying to keep you guys safe, man. Just trying to keep you guys safe. Also, I don't read anything about SEO anymore, so I like to keep things at least in the tech industry as the topic. I leave you guys to drop some sick SEO memes and stories on it, and I'll stick to scams and Bitcoin.
Sounds good.
Well, anyways, over in the actual SEO world, Mike Blumenthal, Google adds messaging directly to GMB app in new trial and further muddies messaging strategy. Basically, people can message you directly on a Google search result or with any of those facets within it. If you click on someone's business, whatever, they can send you a message. And then it appears in the Google My Business app. It doesn't necessarily say, I haven't looked at it. If they give you an app on your phone and it sends you like a push notification that you actually have a message, or you constantly need to be checking it, or maybe if it sends you an email at least that you have a message, I would hope it does that. Mike, or go ahead.
It's cool. Like like for us, it'll be annoying to have people message us through Google My Business, but if
sounds like a good reason to delete your Google My Business if you're.
Yeah. But if you're a restaurant or a local company and somebody wants to hit you up real quick about a special or directions, I think this is a.
So you're a restaurant owner now. What if all of a sudden you get the idiots of the world start clicking it and saying, I need a reservation for 3, and you don't look at it till the next day or something?
Well, you can set up auto responses in this, so it's smart. So if it picks up reservations, you can have an auto response that says go to our website and use the online reservation form.
Okay.
So you don't have to be at the computer to answer every message. And it's also opt-in too. You can turn it off if you don't want to use it.
Oh, okay.
We'll make sure that bad boy's turned off then.
Yeah. But what Mike was pointing out was that Google has like multiple supported chat systems that work with Google My Business. So last year they just started talking about integrating with WhatsApp, but now they're coming out with their own platform. So his point is that they're just sending out a mixed message about what they're going to be supporting in the future.
Well, they always do that because they would like to beat Facebook and stop them having all the business chats on company pages, but that's not really going to happen. So they'll just jam it on search for a while, try and force everyone to use it. And then once we all get used to using it, they'll shut it down because it's not really working.
Yeah.
And obviously people that use, this is what always happens because they add things that seem like a good new feature, but people that use live chat, people that were attracted to author profiles, they were all people that weren't clicking on ads. So you add a new feature to the search that's actually useful, and less people click on ads, and you've got to get rid of that pretty sharpish after that. So unless it kind of seems
like with this kind of shit, Google just releases like a minimum viable product, and then hopes that it sticks. Where if they just put a little bit of effort into planning and building out a fully featured product, maybe they'll have a better chance of it, taking off. But Mike just found this by chance, or probably somebody let him know about this. But they're not even announcing this. There's just this new button that says messages on Google My Business.
They might not necessarily care. They might just see it as we're not going to tell anybody. If we get 5% more traffic staying within Google, that's worth it to us or something. They just, if they can take an edge out of Yelp or anybody else that they're in their own SERP that they're competing against, if they can take a small chunk they can afford to, maybe they just say, why not?
Maybe they'll start putting ads in the feed. Like, so you're talking to like Francisco's Pizza and it says, try Michelangelo's 20% softer base than Francisco's. And they take like $20 to put your ad in the competitors' chats or something.
Anyway, we'll see if that takes off. I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah. Oh, anyways, apparently there's yet another fucking update. I don't know what I mean. Barry does say like limited chatter, but it's like, fucking A, people. I think the last year, every single week, there's an update we talk about. Yeah. It's not a fucking update anymore. Just stop talking about it. And if the news is that boring, I don't know what to say.
The only significant update was Fred this year, or Fred was last year?
Who knows anymore?
I think Fred was 2017. But the only ones of significance this year was Medic.
It was...
Yeah, Medic was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
No, Fred was April or
Fred
March.
was April or March 2017.
17, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Medic was the most interesting one, and I don't think anybody's completely sure what it exactly was still. I haven't heard any recovery stories as of yet.
There's
some of the health sites have recovered in the lead gen space that we've been following. They don't really seem to have done anything though.
Yeah,
continued as they were before, and some of them have recovered, some of them haven't.
Which just means that Google fucked up what they, the algorithm change, and then they rolled back some changes to affect less people.
Yeah, they sometimes over-egg the first version, don't they? I mean, even Penguin, it was wiping out like millions of small businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The first time around, it was just, seems like a good idea on paper until there's nothing in the search results except for spammers that have gamed you. And you have to wind it back so some of the real sites come back.
I still think it was a quality update that, like, I do agree, it got a little out of hand in some cases, but I wouldn't be surprised whenever, as it probably continues to refresh quite often now. I wouldn't be surprised in a few months, say, like, roll out another attempt, like a hard attempt at it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens again. I mean, Steve and I have been talking about it a lot with a friend of ours, and it just seems like there's some sort of manual aspect to it, but I still think it's too widespread to be manual. It's like if they were feeding data points into it manually somehow, and then it just got way out of hand. That's the only way I can describe it.
There's so many moving parts now at Google. Yeah. I don't think anyone at Google would be able to tell you specifically for any individual search query what the impact of the update was. I think they know broadly what they're trying to achieve, and I guess they'll have some kind of internal number, like for this type of query we want to achieve this type of thing, and they'll be looking at big picture. But I don't think people start getting obsessed with testing these really tiny things, and I just don't believe Google, with the exception of one or two industries like the UK payday loans industry, which got so spammy they had to take manual action on one specific search result. I think for the most part, they're trying to achieve broad things. So you should just think broadly about what they're trying to achieve rather than obsessing over all these stupid little tests that people are doing.
Right.
I tested one thing on one site, 50, and I did 50 of these clicks or 50 of these words, and now I've concluded that Google needs this type of author. It's like, just go away, you know.
But you know what? My stance on it is, if you're taking a white hat approach, that any of these updates really won't swing you this way or that way too much at all. You know, so like I might say a 10% swing in either direction from an update, but I make that up, or you know, or it rolls back with over the next 6 months. You just create real valuable content, build real quality links.
We don't need content or links anymore, then.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But
I hope everyone knows the joke. Like, I think some people on Twitter are a bit confused, the people that don't know what's been going on. So keep watching, guys. It will make sense what we're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're a white hat guy and you're not trying to game the system or, you know, pull the wool over your visitors' eyes, I don't really think you need to worry too much about algorithm updates in 2018 and beyond.
No, you really don't. Can argue about, like, when I talk about quality filter, I mean like the way these sites are laid out, and you know, it's not like the sites you and I are building. They're just straight up fucking get people on the site, click my affiliate deal, please, and that's that. Like that, like review sites and that type of shit. They've taken the manufacturer's specifications, made them look pretty, put an affiliate link in it.
Yeah, they're like doorway pages, really.
Yeah,
that's all they are. And they're like, Matt Cutts ages ago shared his, like, you know, this is what a good affiliate site looks like, and this is what a crap one looks like, and it was in the tech space. But it's, you know, the difference between.
If you look back far enough, it might have been. I don't think it was the same video, but Matt Cutts did say, just because it's an affiliate site doesn't mean it's bad.
No, well, he showed some good ones.
Yeah, it probably was the same video that I'm just seeing this little clip in my mind. It's just like honest reviews, bought the product, told you about it, why he hated it, why he loved it. Nothing wrong with that. Versus this Schwinn bicycle is made by Schwinn, and it has a 12. You know, it's like, oh, you don't fucking say. The top tube's 22 inches. So yeah, I can read the product description. I want to know if it's actually worth a shit, you know?
Oh yeah. It's like in the travel blogging space. There's the original good affiliate sites like the Points Guy, and obviously they're owned by a big corporate now, so the quality's going down as they push for more monetization. But the original gist of that was, you know, he would fly on the actual flights he reviewed using actual points that he redeemed, the way he was telling you to do, and then tell you how it went, what pissed him off. Usually because he's very tall, or every seat's too small for him unless it's first class. He can't even lie down in business class. Famously had a conversation with Richard Branson about it, where Richard Branson told him he should saw the bottom of his legs off and then he would fit into upper class. So as a caring airline CEO, I guess that's how if that's how they feel about their upper class passengers, imagine how they feel about their economy passengers. And then at the other end, you've got the come along lately travel blogs, where they just see whatever's in the news and they'll just report things like AA has new 737 MAX 8 route. And they haven't been on the plane. They did a little moan about it. A couple of pictures from AA's website of the shit seats. I mean, the awesome new super comfortable, thin, no legroom seats. And that's all they've got. And then they bang a few credit card links in. Now, you kind of can forgive an affiliate for having ads if they've actually taken 2 weeks of their time to review 5 flights, 4 hotels, the 3 programs they used to book the trip. You can't really forgive someone for shoving 17 credit card ads in a 100-word article where they talked about a news story they saw on CNN that morning, or they copied from another travel blogger. And the difference is night and day, because some sites are going to be useful to you when you're actually trying to learn something, and some sites are just going to be, you could have just picked any random site covering that news story on Google News and you'd have got the same crap. And it's the same, and people just don't seem to think about it in the affiliate space. They're like, oh, I've got words about this crossbow. You know, what else do people need? They can just click and go and buy it on Amazon now. It's like, well,
I mean,
if they just wanted to search for it, go on.
I have my review site. I've written one review in the past year, but it's a good review. It's never gonna rank. It's never gonna rank for anything, but it's a good review. It's actually someone actually took a transatlantic flight in Delta One and talked about it and took pictures. And for a 6'3" person, that you can't lie down. Was the flight data approved or was it greasy? You know, people should be looking for that shit, not just copied an article. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I think you're also, I guess, discounting the lack of intelligence of most people.
Well, that's the thing. I tend to be.
Yeah. Just remember how many people were on MySpace and spent hours optimizing their profiles with glitter pictures.
Was that you? Was that you for your band?
Yeah.
Vin had 15 MySpaces.
You know, I believe there's still one more regarding iCD on Amazon.
Why do you have that?
It's just on top of my computer tower.
That's ridiculous.
It might even be in the CD-ROM drive. No, it's not.
I think me and you probably have the only copies in existence.
Oh wow!
If you want to really raise some money for charity, anyone who donates 10,000 to the 24 hours of SEO, Vin will get the band back together, fly into town, and perform in your garage.
Or at the very least, I'll play the songs on guitar along with the CD.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
See, that's what we can do for like at the downtimes during 24 hours. I'll just play bad guitar for everybody.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Every time Garrett and I need a nap, we'll just like phone you, wake you up, you come running in like your dressing gown and just jam.
Sounds good. All right, let's move on to the next roundtable article.
To me, the next article, Barry's just covering some tweets from John Mueller, where I think John Mueller is sounding like a fucking idiot. In my experience, the links that are the most toxic are the ones that SEOs place themselves. So you don't, this is where I get upset with him. So you don't really need to dig for those. Shrug. If Google was so good at finding toxic placed links that are unnatural, why does the SEO ecosystem thrive so hard, John? And you
Well, I think he's worded it very precisely on purpose. Like he says, the ones they place themselves. So he's not aiming at people like Verve Search who are manipulating the algorithm with their aggressive trickery of the press into linking to their Star Wars link bait. He's talking about people that are just out there jamming links in places. So he's not answering the question properly. He's like Matt Cutts, who is very good at this. People would often accuse Matt Cutts of lying, but when you read what he said, it was worded very precisely to be 100% true. I don't think Matt Cutts ever lied.
So what is John's real job here? Is his job to be a wordsmith? Is his job a wordsmith?
It's on message, like don't do SEO links. But he doesn't want to say something that isn't true, so he words it very precisely. The links that, and that's been clearly against the webmaster guidelines for ages. If you can just go and place the link, and you're just placing it to manipulate Google, then it's a spam link. So he's staying 100% on message, which I think is his job. His job is to be helpful, which I think he is a lot of the time. Like his live hangouts, he did it right in SEO. He answered a lot of questions, and I think he tries to be helpful. But also it's a PR function. He's got to be on message as well. And I think.
What is his official title? Is he's the head of web spam like Matt Cutts?
No, there's no head of web spam anymore. He's the search liaison officer or something like that.
Wow. So they made up the title for him.
Yeah. Well, that's what Matt Cutts kind of ended up being by mistake. So I guess they figured, well, it's probably not good if we have a head of web spam that everyone swears and shouts at. Let's have someone who doesn't have such a contentious job.
Right.
But you still get assholes like Rand Fishkin calling you a racist and stuff like that. Even if you don't have the aggressive job title.
Well, speaking of Rand, let's get to the Rand of the week.
Yes, I forget what this one was. I think this was actually Rand saying something sensible this week, which does happen, unfortunately.
Let's remember recent times, Google, including John himself. said some variation of the opposite. 2018, he's linked to a search engine journal. 2017, Search Engine Land. 2016, Search Roundtable. Glenn Gabe. Regarding domain level metrics, Google does have domain level metrics that map into similar things. New content will initially inherit certain metrics from that domain. It is not a purely link-based metric, but rather attempts to capture a sense of trust from distill.net/resources/ whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, this one's kind of interesting because we spoke about this before. I mean, just the way PageRank works means that, and when there used to be the PageRank tool and you could click down deeper and deeper into someone's site and see what the actual PageRank was, you know, say the homepage was 5, you know, typically all the pages that were about 1 click away from the homepage would be PageRank 4, and then there'd be PageRank 3, and the PageRank correlated very strongly with where that page would rank in, depending on content, of course, in the search results. So by default, the way PageRank works and the way the authorities pass between pages linking to each other on one site, if you have a page on a really high authority site, it's going to have a higher PageRank. So I don't think Google ever lied. I just think it's kind of funny now that people are only just talking about this stuff now. Like, it's domain authority always has been a thing. Google just has never used it as a broad metric. Like, if you stick an orphan page that's not linked to anywhere on a site on a high domain authority site, that may well have PageRank of 0 because nothing on the web links to it, including the domain it's put on. So just being on an authority domain, Google's absolutely telling the truth. It doesn't necessarily do anything for you. But being on a high authority domain, well, we'll get to that now. Being on a high authority domain, the way a page is normally on a high authority domain, i.e. aggressively linked to, if it's an important page, from other pages in the same section, interlinking gradually more and more as other pages are added, other pages linked to it, it's going to have a PageRank by virtue of being on that domain, even if nothing else links to it, which is what domain authority is trying to create a proxy for you to analyze. So while Google, I believe them, they don't use it, but by their algorithm creates similar effects. And it's definitely true that as your site gets more links and more authority, when you stick new content up, like as Garrett's been noticing on one of our sites, suddenly, you know, stuff's popping up at the bottom of page 1 instead of the bottom of page 3. And now if domain authority doesn't exist and the content's just as the same as it was, as the content, same writer, same everything as we were doing before, you can only deduce that the site having more authority is what's causing this new content to perform better.
And this isn't something new. It's like, for the first time, we can talk about our own sites, or like not for like the first time, but we generally never talked about client sites in any much detail from years ago. So it's like, I don't know.
Well, and we used to like to do web spam on our own sites. It's only recently we've started making proper sites. We used to like to do like you know, get some of that Shampix affiliate stuff done in the UK, a little bit of online gambling, you know.
The answer to Rand's question here that he posed in the tweet is the same answer we just had for the last article, is that they're doing linguistic Olympics here and very carefully choosing their words. And he actually said that in the comments of this tweet too. He goes, I think the messaging has been clearly meant to obfuscate with just enough linguistic wiggle room to allow for a it wasn't a live defense, which is completely true, and it's completely annoying because, you know, anything that Google says publicly about SEO, you can take it with a grain of salt because it's neither here nor there.
I mean, their sausage is more wobbly than Steve.
He already lost the game.
I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it.
But yeah.
So, he's just copying me. Like, I normally haven't noticed that you guys have both said it, and then, like, you know, an hour and a half into the show, just think I've won.
You end up playing a game that nobody else is playing.
Is that another one? Is that another one? Have we got no?
Poker, boys, $5 pie poker.
All right, I think we're up to the topic of the day, or the main topic.
So, if you are on any of the Facebook groups for SEO, you've likely seen what happened to Chase Reiner this week. For a few weeks or so, I've noticed I've become relatively uninvolved in most of the groups. I don't know. If someone tags me in something, it's usually to promote our service, or I'll answer a link building question. That's about that. But somehow Chase Reiner stuff has come. I'm in his group, obviously, the White Hat group thing. And it's come down into my feed. And he's been talking about, you can rank #1 with no links. Super vague. And it's like, okay, cool. So you just think, like, at first, like, yeah, super uncompetitive stuff. Sure, why not? Not hard. And then after like a week of it, like, I'm ranking a client #1 for mattress comparisons with no links. And then you start, okay, yeah, fuck off. Like, there's just no way you're doing it. Mattress reviews are super competitive, super high dollar stuff. No. Anyways, fast forward to yesterday, Tuesday night, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so shit starts hitting the fan. Like, finally, like, I don't bother to say anything, but a few people in the community start to say, like, okay, this is bullshit. You're leading people on. What the fuck's going on here? There's no way you're ranking in mattress reviews without link building, whether you're doing outreach or paid links or PBN shit. Like, who cares? You have to be doing some sort of link manipulation, right? I think most people would agree.
Well, not manipulation. You just need to have some links.
But you need to be building some fucking links, right? You're not going to be competing. So then people started looking. Like, Chase's whole thing was, well, if you Google Santa Barbara SEO, my agency's site is #1. Well, great. It has 100 searches a month. Not surprised you don't have any links. And then someone said that, and then I have 0 links built to my website. And you kind of think it's not an Ahrefs. They filter out all the spammy sites now, so it technically is possible, however unlikely. But then this guy goes in and starts. He's like, okay, last week, a different guy's, he put up a webpage, Santa Barbara SEO. He has an agency based out of the country. He ranked #2 the day he put the article up. Typed at Chase, what do you bet me if I put 1 link up, I outrank you? I'm already #2. I'm not even on page optimized. Oh yeah, go ahead. Let me audit your site and tell you how bad it is. That was Chase's response. And the guy's like, hey, you missed the point here. I don't care how bad my site is. Like, I'm still gonna outrank you. Like, this is stupid fucking term that no one cares about. So that happened, and then all of a sudden people 2 days ago started calling him out. What he was doing was, it turns out he was building links to his site, and no one actually bothered to even really pull it up. He would use Google Chrome's Live Inspect Element tool, go into Ahrefs, SantaBarbaraSEO.com, go to the inspector, change backlinks to 0 and referring domains to 0, and then take a screenshot of that, or his client site. But what made it even worse was someone else dug a bunch of shit up. He was buying, like, Santa Barbara moving companies, Santa Barbara this, Santa Barbara that, Santa this, like hundreds of domains in Web 2.0s, and pointing them at his agency's site that he is so proud that he ranked for 150 hits a month. And, he's been totally blown out of the water. And
he's still arrogantly defending himself.
Yeah. He's like, the reason I should have had this pulled up in advance, but it went something like, the reason I was doing the screenshots like that is because I didn't want to think I was stealing domain authority, which we just talked about, how pages tend to rank when you already have existing.
Yeah, stealing domain authority is exactly what you do. I mean,
so at first he tried to change it to, I didn't need to do link building because I had domain authority. And then Vin and I were talking, and all of a sudden he was doing videos and posts about how in certain areas, like local, like super uncompetitive local stuff.
He backtracked without officially saying that he's backtracking. He just started talking about local sites and no longer about any site or any END. He just started talking about local.
Yeah.
And then he started making predictions shortly after that. By 2020, links won't matter at all for local SEO.
Well, I mean, Garrett did that demo in Minneapolis. Like, he put a site up with one page, messed around for citations.
I ranked number one for
Minneapolis
SEO. No links. Minneapolis SEO.agency still exists. You can see exactly what's on that page. It is bullshit.
It's pretty horrific.
It ranks for Minneapolis SEO agency number one, both organically in the map pack as well.
Is it back again? It dropped for a while.
Oh, it's still dead.
It's still dead.
It did rank, but it's still dead.
It was number one for like a year and a half, though, which I thought was hilarious because you won your little side bet, didn't you?
Fresh domain, one page of content, and I think a few blog posts just about some really stupid shit.
What's the URL?
Minneapolis SEO.agency.
Unfortunately, it died, but it was funny for a good year. A year and a half, that atrocious monstrosity was number one. Both map pack and organic.
I mean, look at the blog here. Boosting your online presence, hashtag MSP hour. Yeah, I forgot I tried that. Yeah. August 11, 2015. And I will be fair, this homepage I wrote when I was probably just hammered, drunk, and pissed. Like, yeah, it just. Anyways, I was gonna make an open bet to Chase, and now I forgot what the fuck it was gonna be.
Well, just tell him if he can outrank the points guy. Review Delta Sky Miles Platinum card without any links.
Well,
the site has to have no links. You can't just get it on like
he has a moderator. Ben, you remember that coked out looking guy from yesterday?
Oh yeah. This guy came out of nowhere, and he's just like
he's like one of Chase's like moderators. Yeah,
he's like Chase's online butt buddy, and everybody's just ripping in the Chase. And then this guy just comes into the chat room and has like no argument, no defense, but he's pretty much just like challenging people to fight him or like calling them names, like cursing at them.
Yeah, I asked him, like in the letter why nobody ranking number one for payday loans without links. And then what did I call, like, oh, another Facebook Einstein here.
Yeah.
I'm like, well,
yeah. And he goes, all right, Facebook Einsteins. He goes, why don't we both put $1 million each into escrow, and then we'll see who knows more, and the winner gets the money. So I'm staying away from that group as much as possible after that.
So he made another post today saying he started up a black hat Chase Rainier Facebook group for people that want to build links, and he did make it last month. So it's kind of, I don't know if there's some pre-preparation.
Oh, and tell them about the ClickFunnels page that you found.
Oh yeah, he was offering link building training as a service.
And it was literally chaserainer.clickfunnels.com.
Yeah.
And then Steve also found the what was it, like some sort of California fake review fraud litigation thing.
If you search for his name, there's like some site that thinks it audits the reviews in different town, and it thinks all of his reviews are fake. I mean, obviously, I don't know how they audit it. It could be as unreliable as the Spark Toro fake follower thing, which thinks that anyone who isn't English is a fake follower.
Yeah, but Spark Toro is completely legit.
Oh yeah, it's completely legit.
Spark Toro is
a company run entirely by male feminists you can trust. Especially if you're a minority. White male feminists are the go-to for trust. So if your brother's a fake follower, you just got to ask him to unfollow you on Twitter. I mean, You know, shouldn't have been Portuguese. Don't argue with Rand about it. It's just the algorithm, man. It's not Rand's company's racist.
Oh my God.
You know, like I get building an online presence. I get trying to sell training in this, but you know, I think there would be some value in, of course, for business owners in uncompetitive markets where you spend $200, you learn how to do the basics. A business owner can do that for a few hours a month.
It's called Distilled University, and it's like $9 a month or
But
something.
when you start, you know, a lot of people call them out. It's like there's a lot of SEO newbies that find guys like this on Facebook, and they get really misled because they honestly don't know better, and they all of a sudden they think link building is not going to matter at some point, and it definitely does. At super low competitive local stuff, no, it does not matter. But the second you get out of that, you know, that's why if you notice a lot of these guys on Facebook, they're all local gurus. Not many guys that are super successful in small to large competitive stuff are on Facebook selling training courses because they make so much money not doing local.
If somebody is running a group, it's for their own benefit, not for the sheer joy of bringing people together. At least in the SEO world.
I mean, you do have to admit a lot of these groups give good value for people that don't know anything. It's a good stepping stone to learn the basics and maybe some slight intermediate stuff. But after that, it's like they're already in the cult. You know,
I don't know. Everything you guys tell me about these groups just makes me think it's full of people being really dumb.
Well,
stay away from them. They should just.
I would say 98% of the people that are in these groups are brand new, and they probably searched, you know, how to make money online, and they somehow stumbled on this group, and you know, it's the newbie fascination with SEO that you know everybody buys.
That's why they're so profitable to run. It's a revolving door of never-ending people. It hasn't changed since the 90s. Like getting rich on eBay or anything, there's always going to be that door in digital marketing.
Anyway, let's get on to our new main feature where we're going to guide Vin through going to Brighton SEO for free using points and miles.
Okay, I'm going to run them really quick.
So the first thing I've had a look at is the hotel. Now, obviously, the Marriott doesn't have anything decent in Brighton or anything nearby. You just have to stay at like Gatwick or something, which is stupid. Hilton has next door, really nice hotel, and it's literally next door to the venue, and it's 33,000 points a night. So I think let's have a quick look what the current public offer is for you guys, because it's better than what we've got here. I hope See, Garrett's escaped at the right time. He knows all the details because he just did the card, but you know. Thanks, Garrett. Right, let's have a look. I think it was 80,000 points on the free one. I'm just trying to find the 75,000 on the no annual fee card.
So you just sign up for the credit card and you get a free.
You have to spend you have to spend 1,000 on it within 3 months. So I mean, it's kind of like a no effort kind of.
Yeah.
You get loads of other stuff as well. I mean, I think there are benefits to the other ones. Like if you were traveling a lot, you get status with the Aspire card and there's 150,000 point bonus if you spend 4,000.
Can you send me that link on Skype?
Yeah, Garrett will send you, because you'll get an extra. I think you'll get an extra 15,000 points if he refers you.
Who's Abbott Travel?
Vin needs your Hilton Honors Amex referral link, please.
Mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're American. I can't refer him, otherwise I would send him.
So you told him about the big bonus, right?
Yeah.
Because I got 80,000 points, but then if I refer, it's 100,000, right?
Yeah, well, people are getting different amounts, like it's targeted. But yeah, someone you referred it to got 100. I can't remember. Was that?
Okay, I'm logged in.
That was the Honourable Goyden or something, wasn't it?
Refer.
But yeah, you always get extra if you're referred versus the public offer. But yeah, so
yeah, so you get 100,000. Yeah,
you'll get at least 75,000 points. I mean, that's worth somewhere between $400 and $600, depending on how you redeem them. But we're just going to focus on getting people to write an SEO for free. 2 nights at the hotel is 66,000 points. So you're gonna all you gotta do is spend 1,000 on the card in 3 months on stuff that you would have spent anyway. There's no fee on the card, and you'll have your 2 nights at the Hilton Brighton Metropole right next to Brighton SEO for free.
To interrupt, I said the same thing last week. The key deal here is $1,000 over 3 months. The idea is you don't spend out of your budget. You put your groceries on it, you put your gas on it, whatever, your normal stuff. If you start carrying interest, all of a sudden you're deferring all the value of the free points.
Yeah.
So it is super imperative. You can make some sort of justification. Well, what if I carry that $1,000 balance for 3 months? Yeah, you're going to erode probably 20,000 points, let's say. I'm not going to do the math. So there still is value. But the point is to take advantage as much as you can. If you can't afford to put $1,000 on a credit card, I would guess even people that aren't well off are spending $333 a month on stuff. So should be safe on a card like this. But I just wanted to say,
yeah, that's important, especially because we're not making any money from. We're not credit card affiliates, so we don't want to be pushing people to get cards they don't want. No. We're not even making.
Don't
any money
go out and buy $1,000 TV just to hit the $1,000 spend, because then you're just like, shit. Then you're paying. You know what I mean. Just don't do that.
Yeah, I mean that's why this is a good one to start with, because the spend target is within what most people spend on. I mean, just gas and groceries is going to cover most people.
I can't wait until Word Agent starts earning $1,000 a month. Then I could buy a $1,000 TV every month.
Oh, well.
I don't even know what to say.
So, what is it you do for work outside of that?
Me?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Word Agents makes like $800 a month.
Well, all right.
I don't know. I feel like you owe us some money back now.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of work.
I was kind of hoping you were making a bit more out of it than.
Well, obviously you two can debunk that, but whatever.
I mean,
I'm gonna get this credit card just because I know how many fucking flights and hotels I'm gonna have next year.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a pretty good card. And when you book the stuff at the hotel, you get 7 times points at the hotel. So on top of your 10 times points you get just for booking the hotel. So you book a hotel, you're going to get 17.
Let me interrupt you again. I'm sorry. We have someone named Abbott Travel in the chat.
Oh, hello, Abbott Travel.
Well, we're talking about travel rewards and stuff. That's kind of cool.
Oh, you know what? Miles Beckler, do you know him?
Yes.
He's been referring a lot of people to both of us. We should hit him up and ask him if he wants to come on or something, because he's definitely been sending people our way.
Cool. Yeah.
Try and get him on the 24 hours. I mean, I guess that will probably be the next show we do, because we've got Christmas, then a couple of weeks off, and then might as well go straight in with the 24 hours. So.
Well, I mean, it's the last weekend in January, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but there's no point in having guests in the warm-up shows. We'll just want to be plugging the 24 hours.
Oh, right. Yeah.
If we get a guest, we want to just get them straight in on the 24 hours, because it's kind of a waste of a guest to have it on when there's 100 people we're going to watch instead of thousands like we had last year on the 24 hours.
Yeah.
So that's your first card, Vin. You got that bad boy.
Yeah, that's good suggestion. What Where do you guys learn about all these points deals?
Well, like I kind of started like doing it without realizing it.
Just because he loves Delta so much.
back in 2010, long time ago, I got the Delta Gold American Express card because you had to spend. I don't even remember. I want to say it was probably $3,000 in 3 months, and you got like 100,000 miles. Back then, the deals were even better than they are now. So I had a couple Vegas trips in economy, paid for free. I just put all my normal bills on it, and then I never really thought about it up until a couple of years ago, and then I started doing it. Then our friend John was like, "Oh, I do the same thing. I take advantage of all these welcome bonuses." And then all of a sudden we started researching it. Like there's a whole fucking ecosystem behind grinding these fucking welcome bonuses and how to not get declined for cars because you applied for too many and all that fun stuff. And
Yeah, I was just being a cashback moron before because I was like, oh, what are these points worth? I don't want.
I used to just think like I have a Capital One Spark Visa business card that gets 2% cash back. I'm like, oh, 2%, that sounds fine. But
like with the Hilton one, I mean, Garrett worked it out the other day. You're getting like 8.5% back on every Hilton stay,
wow,
which is pretty decent. And but then you get, you're doing it really just for the bonus. I mean, but getting another 8.5% back, I mean, that soon adds up. But you're actually getting more because I mean, obviously, this is a kind of a silly redemption. You may or may not choose to just pay for the hotel in cash because it's pretty cheap in Brighton. But you can definitely stay for free without really doing anything because this is a free card. It's just the whole point of this exercise. But some of the premium redemptions, like the 5-star Hilton in Malta, you're getting nearly 0.7 cents a point instead of the usual 0.4. So this bonus is worth near $600 if you spend it somewhere like that, which is 3 nights. So you just have to acquire enough points for a 4th night, and then you get the 5th free, and suddenly your points are then worth, you're getting close to a cent a point by that point. So this bonus could be worth as much as $750, and they're giving you that just for taking the card and spending $1,000 on it. So you're getting 75% cash back on your first 1,000, depending on how you redeem it, which is kind of insane.
Right. And the one thing I learned about all this business travel that we did last year is how much unexpected money you're spending. Just like $20 here at the airport.
Extra few $100 on drinks.
75 for Uber. Like all this stuff where your $1,000 trip just turned into $1,500 or $2,000 trip.
Yeah. Well, you were hitting the blackjack as well, which
yeah. That too. But yeah, that's where so it's not necessarily just an $1,000 business trip. It's $1,000 plus all these unexpected expenses. And I do agree that working the points this way can help mitigate.
We'll cover you off. I mean, because you've got you get this application in now. By the time we do the next show, I expect you to have cleared your points. So we'll have your next tip ready for you, your January card. And that'll probably be either an airline or a generic currency. So just to give everyone a heads up, it'll either be another Amex for membership rewards, or it'll be a Chase for the ultimate rewards. We'll have a look at what the best option.
If we're going to continue using my my referral links, let's do the Amex Gold if you're in America.
Well, I think Vin's the kind of man that should get an Amex Platinum, to be honest. Out of his stature should.
Well, I mean, I just cleared the Amex Gold, and then I'm going to be getting the Platinum card next and canceling the Gold. I think I've read some articles where it's worthwhile to keep both, but I don't know. That just seems degenerate.
We'll talk about this off the show because now you're piquing my interest. But
well, no, we're gonna be having a little segment on your Vin's trip report for free to Brighton.
Oh, you mean like God honest reviews?
This is a segment now. Yeah. We're gonna walk you through
honestly, just get the card. I mean, there's no annual fee, so even if you didn't use it, who the fuck cares? I mean, my grocery bill is over $1,000 a month, so I mean, you're gonna spend $1,000. Put the grand on there in like 2 weeks, whatever the fuck you do,
And like Vin said, I mean, that was a good point about the travel. Like, if you're going to come to Brighton SEO, there are going to be some incidentals. Like, we're going to get you across the Atlantic virtually for free, but you might have to pay for a short Ryanair flight hopping from Dublin. You're going to have to pay for breakfast because you're not going to have Hilton status. You're not going to get the free breakfast if it's your first trip with a Hilton. If you're already Hilton Platinum, then you should already know about all this shit and stop listening now. But yeah, you're going to need a little bit of money. You're going to need a couple of $100. But other than that, we're going to get you pretty much as close to free as you can get a comfortable transatlantic trip across in the nicest flights we can get you. And we'll give you different options for the size of your business. Like, if you're a really small business, you're going to be coming over in economy as cheap as possible and then hopping from Dublin. If you're a man of Vin stature with the Amex Platinum card, then maybe you'll be coming over in first class or something. So we'll cover all the different options, and we'll just see which ones Vin decides to go for when we give him the information, and we'll review how it actually turns out for him. And we'll maybe do that live from Brighton. I'll sit down with Vin in Brighton in September.
Wait, didn't we say we're going to Barcelona too?
Yeah, Barcelona's July.
Okay.
We're doing
John's coming to Minneapolis, and then we're flying over in the Delta One suite.
John G?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
For the purposes of the show, though, the Honourable Goyden is his code name.
Actually, Garrett, can you email me your already purchased conference schedule?
Yeah, it's search Minneapolis, Affiliate World Europe, Barcelona, and Brighton.
I'll just say right now, we booked it last month and got a super good deal. $3,500 for Minneapolis to Paris and a Delta One suite, and then hop over to Barcelona. Right now, I think it's already over to like $7,000. So
you can still get it if you play around with the days and stuff. But your exact days.
Yeah, I'll send you my stuff, and if you can make something work. I mean, you don't have to fly in a fucking suite if you don't want to.
Well, his best bet would be from the East Coast, flying to Dublin, probably with Aer Lingus, because they don't charge any fuel duty and stuff. You can fly pretty nicely in a lie flat bed. Cool. Or via Germany with Lufthansa, but they add a lot more fuel duty on. So I don't know. I'll have a look for you if you decide to come. I'll find
out. Steve's the master.
Well,
East is pretty good.
I'm definitely going to be doing at least one of those European trips for sure.
You're doing both because you're coming to Brighton for free. And, you're coming to Barcelona with money. That sounds good, right?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys not next week and not for Christmas, but after that, I suppose New Year's isn't on that Thursday, is it?
Yeah. Well, it's the 3rd. I won't be back in the country.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I don't know.
Well, me and you can do it, Garrett.
You
want to do
I mean, I'm not adverse to doing a show next week if Vin's around, but if not a big deal. Otherwise, the 3rd's fine.
Yeah, I'm definitely around next week. So if you guys,
we can do a show. I'll find a guest. That'll be fine.
Cool.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I think we're close to the 300 mark after a year and a half. So that'd be beautiful.
Keep it rocking.
Yeah. We're not like Chase Rainier, who has the most SEO videos on YouTube, and that's his second claim to fame. But
well, we're gonna have the most SEO videos on YouTube pretty soon. It's just not many.
Give us another 2 years. Anyways, yeah, we'll see you later. Take it easy.
All right, boys. See you next week.
Yep. Bye.